your girl Cha Cha, reporting live from the Money Mantra, and we are back with another Forex education video. I created my channel to help as many people as possible become independent and profitable traders. So if that sounds like you are in the right place at the right time. So welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, I do encourage you to explore some of my more recent videos and also some of the playlists because I do have over 400 quick videos on topics that I've seen new traders struggle with. In today's quick video, we're going to be doing a trade breakdown, and this is where I share my in-depth analysis on a trade that I posted in my trading community. Now, sometimes I do post trades on TradingView, but most of the times I'm sharing 2 to 3 trades a week inside of the Money Mantra Trading Academy because I believe that people should be able to learn and earn. So even before you know what you're doing and you feel confident to take your trades, you can copy my trades and copy my process and feel confident doing that. Now, in today's breakdown, we're going to be looking at this GBPJPY trade. That's the Great British Pound against the Japanese yen. And it was for a sell. I posted this trade on August 18th, 2025. And this is my typical format. I said, hey, rich friends, here's my technical analysis for GBPJPY. I will be setting a sell stop at 199,650 with a 50 pip stop loss at 200.250. And I did give them 2 areas to target for TP. So because this trade was posted on TradingView, here is where we are going to go to view the chart. And I'm just going to break down my thought process of why I decided to take this trade. And then we're going to see how it actually played out. Now, if you go to TradingView to view this idea, everything that I'm going to explain to you in this video can be found here in text form. Some people are more visual learners. Some people like to read things out. But my explanations on TradingView are pretty thorough. I try to post at least once a week here, but again, within my trading community, I'm sharing more trades. So if you want to connect with me outside of YouTube, either way, all of that information is down below in the description box. Now, for this trade, I decided to sell after going through my confirmation checklist. This is the same process that I follow for every single trade. And I always tell people if you don't have a process and you're looking for one, you can always just copy mine's because it's very straightforward. Now, the first thing that I do with any trade is I always set previous support and resistance because this is going to help me determine what my stop loss is and where my take profits are. Support and resistance are areas where you can see that the market was before and it had some type of reaction. Now, because this is the 4 hour chart, and I can see in the past that the market came to this level and sold before. I decided to use this level 200,246 as my first area of resistance. And remember, that's also where I put my stop loss, but that wasn't decided until I finished my analysis. Now, again, an area of resistance will be where you can see the market has rejected and gone down. And the opposite of that is going to be an area of support where you can see the market came to that level and it bought. Now, in order for me to consider it a strong area of support or resistance, I like to see the market come back to that area at least 3 times, or the market has came back to that area at least 3 times. So we can see that it was struggling a little bit here, but we did get a little bit of a push up more than 3 times, making this a strong area of support. And it's also why it did become my first TP. Now, I did continue to mark previous levels of support. Now, before you decide to buy or sell, you do just want to highlight as many of these areas as possible, but continue to go through your checklist. So that's step number 1 in my process. Mark previous areas of support and resistance, starting with the current market. So because there was a rejection from previous resistance and the market already started to push down, we can see I gave the sellers 1 point. Now, I do follow a system where I grade my trades, and if the buyers have more points, I'll be taking a buy. If the sellers have more points, I'll be taking a sell. Three confirmations are good. I consider that a C plus setup. Four confirmations are great. I consider that a B plus setup. And five confirmations are fantastic. I consider that an A plus setup. So far, we have one confirmation for the sellers. Now, the next thing that I look for is the momentum. I like to see for the last couple of hours, do I see the red candles getting bigger and stronger, or do I see the blue candles getting bigger and stronger? So I saw that the blue candles seemed to be getting smaller, and then the red candles were growing, and then this red candle was getting pretty strong. So we can see that we had this blue candle here where there was some resistance. We see this blue candle here, and then we see the red candles started off small. We see the blue candles literally shrinking. The red candles are getting bigger. So I decided to give that point to the sellers. Now, this is important because this lets you know if the market is changing directions or if there's going to be some type of reversal. And here's another example of this. We see we have a blue candle, right? We see the blue candle getting weaker. We see the blue candle starting to get some resistance from the top, and we can tell by that wick. Simultaneously, we see a small red candle form. We see a weak blue candle, and then the red candles start to pick up steam, making this a really good reversal trade idea. Vice versa, we can see that in this little area here, we can see where the transition of power actually happened because the red candles were getting smaller while the blue candles were picking up, which would have made this a good idea for a buy. So far, what I do see is the red candles are picking up steam, and that is why I decided to give the sellers the point there. Now, if you're following along so far, just go ahead and like this video or drop some sevens in the chat. Now, the rest of my confirmations come from this indicator I have on the bottom of my chart. This is the stochastic oscillator. If you want to use this indicator, you can just click the indicators tab on TradingView and you can search for the stochastic. It's STOCHASTIC. And you just want to stick with the original stock. You don't want to add one to your chart that is like the stock RSI or anything like that. So I asked myself three simple questions when it comes to the stochastic to determine if we want to be buying or selling. The first question is it facing up or down? You'll notice when it's facing down, that is usually a reflection that the market is going down, right? There's one example. Here's another example, right? We can see the stock is facing down, the market is going down. So because I can see that it was facing down, I went ahead and I gave my sellers another point. Now, if the stochastic was facing up, right, that's usually a sign that the market is going up. The second question is the orange line or blue line on top? Just like when you see the stochastic facing down, 9 times out of 10, you will also see that the orange line is on top. If you see that the orange line is on top, that's going to be another confirmation for the sellers. Versus if you see the blue line on top, that's going to be the confirmation for the buyers. Right? So far we have a B plus setup for a sell. The buyers don't really have any confirmations, but let's finish the checklist. The last question I ask myself is, has the stochastic crossed below 80 or above 20? And this is something I really want you guys to pay attention to if you decide to incorporate the stock into your strategy. Once it crosses above 20, right, that's usually an ideal time to buy. The closer it is to the 20 line, the perfect entry it is for a buy. The closer it is to crossing below 80, right, the better opportunity it is for a sell. So I can see that my stochastic had crossed below 80, not just one line, but both lines. So that gave me an A plus setup for a sell, and that is why I decided to take a sell. Now, because I've already marked my previous support and my previous resistance, and this is a sell, I know exactly where my stop loss should be, and I know exactly where my TP should be. Now, if this makes sense, again, go ahead and drop some sevens in the chat or you can like this video and leave me a comment below to let me know that you see it. So we're going to hit play and we're going to go ahead and see what happened in this trade. So, boom, we can see that it did take a couple of hours, maybe a day or so, but TP1 was hit. And from the sell stop at 19965, it was about 115 pips. So, I'm so excited that this trade worked out in my favor because if you've been trading, you know, sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. And if you are trading on the higher time frame, like the daily or the 4 hour, it can take a minute for the market to reach your area. And it's really disheartening when you wait long for a trade to trigger or develop just for it to hit stop loss. So I'm really proud of this analysis. I followed my strategy to a T and everything worked out like it typically does. So just to recap, the first thing that you want to do is mark previous support and resistance. You can do this on 1 to 3 time frames. The second thing that you want to do is determine which side has the momentum, and you can tell this by the bodies of the candles. Are you seeing bigger red candles and smaller blue candles, or are you seeing bigger blue candles and smaller red candles? The third thing you're going to do is ask yourself the 3 questions on the stochastic. Is it facing up or down? Which line is on top? And has it crossed below 80 or above 20? Now, whichever side gets the most points, that's the side you're going to take the trade on, and you're going to use your previous support and resistance as your parameters for your stop loss, your take profits, and or your pending orders. So I hope that this video was helpful. If you learned something today, please subscribe to the channel. I post several videos throughout the week to help you guys become better traders, and I do have over 400 videos already. But if you do want to connect with me outside of YouTube and you want to copy more of my trades throughout the week, or just connect with me on a different level to help you become a better trader, you can register for my trading community, and that information is also down below in my description box. Also, make sure you look out on the community tab because I am going to be sharing something special for you guys starting in September that I've been working on. And it's just going to be another amazing resource that's going to help you in your trading journey. But that's really all I have for you guys today. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, rich friends.